middle of the week.
Yeah! Good. Yeah!
Hey folks, Captain Bob Humphrey here with the first Southern Maine saltwater report of the season. I'm just messing around with my new Raymarine Axiom right now, which you'll hear a lot more about in the weeks and months ahead. But let's get to the fishing. The really big news is that the schoolie stripers are in pretty good numbers. They're all the way up into Casco Bay, and although last week's report said they weren't in the Kennebec, I wouldn't be surprised if they're there by now. Okay, again, as I mentioned, schoolie stripers around right now, and they're probably feeding on these Brit herring, these young herring that we're seeing. Something like that, a finesse, 6-8 inch, maybe even smaller. White's a good color. These are Al-Gag lures. He makes a good lure, and he's probably one of the funniest guys I've met in a long time. So, a little lead head jig, something soft, light colored, white, silver is what I'm going with right now, or maybe a little mackerel imitation. We'll see what works mostly. Can't go wrong with a cast master. Meanwhile, offshore, we've got haddock like the old days, the good old days. There's plenty of haddock around on the offshore ledges, and traditional lures, Norwegian jigs, cod jigs, clams, sea worms, they're all working great. Look for the haddock on the rocky bottoms where there's good structure, the ledges. Cod, although you can't keep them, you may run into them probably more on the muddy bottoms, and suspended in between, somewhere between the bottom and maybe 50, 60, 80 feet, you'll find schools of pollock, and maybe some good sized pollock in there. There's lots of bait around right now. That's probably part of the reason why all these fish are showing up, the stripers and the bottom fish. My good friend Steve Russell reports right in Casco Bay there were just shoals and shoals of herring, and he said underneath those there was some pelagic herring. So plenty of bait. That's what draws in the bigger fish, the stripers. I wouldn't be surprised if there are keepable fish now in Saco Bay, and certainly they'll be up here in the upper part of Casco Bay within a week or so. Further down the coast, they should be catching and keeping stripers by now. Something I'm really excited about. I've been tied up here at the dock all weekend. Memorial Day weekend I spent putting in new electronics, the new Raymarine stuff, my Axiom, my AIS, and just making sure that all systems are go here, because tuna season opens June 1. And it's usually a little bit slow in early June, but I'll wait for the first report, the first fish, and then I'm headed offshore. We got a report from the Maine Professional Guides Association that this is pupping season, and there are seal pups out there now, newborn or very young, and they may look abandoned or distressed or troubled, but leave them alone. They're probably fine. Mother's probably close by, and if she's not, she's gone off to catch some of the fish that are now filling up the bay. Either way, you gotta let nature take its course and leave these things alone. And speaking of Maine Professional Guides Association, if you're looking for a good fishing guide, go to the MPGA. These are vetted guides. These aren't just random hits off the internet. These people, the background has been investigated. They passed the test. These are good folks. They know where the fish are. They know what lures to use. They'll make sure that you have a quality experience. So MPGA, Maine Professional Guides Association. And that about covers it for this week. I hope to have a lot more input from some of the other guides and outfitters along the coast, some of the tackle shops as well. And look forward to seeing you again. In the meantime, check out some of the sponsors that help support the recreational fishing industry.
So if anyone asks, you don't have to lie. Life's too short to work all